The Refugee Crisis by Gavin, Trevor, and Olivia. Why is it a social justice issue? Because it includes people being treated unfairly by either being displaced from their homes or having problems while moving.
We feel that immigration and taking refugees should be allowed. However, there should be regulations and legal documentation on how they're coming into the country. Also, we feel that the refugees coming in should be able to fill a certain role in society that they will be entering. We want the refugees to legally obtain, or we want them to obtain a job legally and not live off of welfare programs. The refugees that are coming in will have to pass extreme vetting to ensure the safety of the citizens that are already here.
Be fixed. As stated by the U.S. Department of State, there are 3 durable solutions for the refugees. Once they've been let in and their needs have been met, voluntary returns to their country, it would be a good program to have. We need to have local integration of the refugees, and then eventually the resettlement to their home once their problems at home have been fixed. And part of the problem is unfixable on the USA part because the real end of the refugee crisis will come after the countries of violence have solved their own problems without us.
How do the presidential candidates feel about it? The Democratic candidate, Joe Biden, wants to stop splitting families up at the border. He wants to end Trump's asylum policies and surge humanitarian resources to the border and foster public-private initiatives. He wants to instill a case management program instead of long detentions of refugees. He does not want a wall and has a refugee goal of 125,000.
Candidate Donald Trump, he wants to further enforce immigration laws.
Which candidate do we agree with? We agree with Trump, and we agree with his quotes previously shown on both of the slides. And if the refugees like the country so much, they can even stay after the things at home have been figured out. However, they must go through the proper and usual way of becoming a citizen of the USA, and we cannot be willing to let in any and all refugees because that would be a danger to the American citizens, which is the United States' top priority. There cannot be terrorists hidden as refugees, as disguised as refugees to be let into the country. And we can also not make the taxpayer pay for every single need of the refugee. While there are refugee shelters and charities that take them in privately, they can only hold so much, so there should be a reasonable refugee cap that doesn't overload these private shelters for the refugees. We understand that the immigration process is way too long for refugees who are in danger, but there needs to be extreme vetting and legal documentation showing that they are here and they are safe and don't pose a threat to our safety. And lastly, if there is a city or state that wishes to not accept refugees because they can or so forth, they shouldn't have to. But if a refugee has done everything right and has become a citizen and they wish to buy a house somewhere else, then they have every right to do that, and they are welcome to go where they want to. We simply don't want masses of homeless refugees dumped into towns and cities who are unable to accommodate for them.